Before we get on with this video, I would like to remind everybody that I do a stream every so often. If you want to show up and ask me some questions, or perhaps play with me if you're in the same data center, that is, we can have some fun together, and you could probably ask me my opinions and everything. I mean, the Fan Fest is coming up. You guys gotta shoot those things at me now before it never happens. Alright, let's move on. So I want to start a discussion about getting back into the game. So as of right now, you're probably not even thinking about 14 or going back into 14, or you probably are thinking about going back into 14 because of the Fan Fest. Now, if you have been gone for a while, weeks, days, months, then there are some things you need to catch up on, and I'm sure you've been keeping up on 14, perhaps, but just letting you know, there's going to be some things that you're going to have to get back into, even if you know what's going on in terms of 14 news and what's going on in there and, you know, how to progress. Let me just give you a reminder, and maybe this video would help in some sort of way before the expansion comes out. Now, if you're into Eureka and you want to actually get your armor and your gear from that, be my guest, but just letting you know, I have no interest in Eureka and I don't have information on it. I am positive when I say that doing Eureka would probably be just a little bit of time wasting, and I only say that because they have the Genesis gear. You can go ahead and get 390 stuff from there and call it a day. If you want to get your weapon, which is also 390, hopefully you already went to Omega like 7 times and got their crystalloid. Seriously? Because I have my 390 weapon and it is fucking ugly. What you want to come back with is the ability to adapt. Now, we have some new players coming in, and I'm not really sure what the ratio is of people still playing the game. All I know is that the major YouTubers are kind of trickling out of 14 until something major comes back in. Guaranteed that the expansion will bring them all back. They'll flock to the game because new content, new game stuff, and nothing boring. There's nothing lacking. I mean, it's the same shit all the time when somebody streams 14. They're either doing some really hard savage content, or they're fucking around. I don't know. Me, myself, I do all the things kind of in between. I fuck around / do content, sort of. Haven't hit the savage stuff yet. Did I mention that I am a streamer? I mentioned that already. Anyway, the content that you want to do, if not Omega, then the story. And I'm sure you've already done the story and Omega. And I'm sure you got the weapon, hopefully. If you haven't, you're probably going to need to work on that. But the one thing that you really want to do is to get your 390 stuff. That is very important. Not much in terms of content you're really going to need to get into unless you want to do Eureka or the Savage content, which is always a good idea. Keep your practice up and you'll be A-okay. The other thing is that if you are a crafter and you've pretty much done all your crafting, I mean, listen to this. One of my friends happens to have like 2 billion gil in the bank and literally does not know what to do with it, and he's an Omni crafter. Like, fuck you guys, seriously. Outside my utter jealousy, the other thing you need to wait for is the Fan Fest to see what kind of information we're going to get. Now, some of you may already know. Some of you may actually spoil it in the comments section. Don't do that. Just don't. Just stay away from the comment section. Don't post anything unless it's about the video, which does involve the Fan Fest. All right, just don't post anything, okay? Just keep the spoilers to yourself, all right? Now we're going to talk a little about the Fan Fest and what we might actually see coming from it. Now, my prediction is that we're going to get a little bit more insight on where we're going, and we probably already know where we're going. We're probably going to Garlemald mode. And if you say that's a spoiler, go fuck yourself, because that is not a spoiler. They've been hinting that throughout the entirety of Stormblood that we might be going to Garlemald mode, and I, like, seriously, like, what is it that you missed here? The fact that, you know, Alphino's going to Garlemald mode, or the fact that we ourselves have seen Garlemald mode, not physically, but, you know, being able to see that there's some shit going on around there, and the fact that the Emperor is being, that's too much. That's being, I don't want to spoil anything, but let's just say there's a lot of stuff barreling around the fact that Garlemald mode might be the next place that we're going. We actually see like a bit of the area, see what a little bit of Garlemald mode looks like, and seeing that there is actually resistance there, or people who don't frankly like the Garlean Empire, and we, as the Warriors of Light, are probably going to head over there. The other thing that they're probably going to show on the Fan Fest, other than like the patch or whatever's going to be added into 14, is maybe, and it's probably most likely not going to happen, is that they're going to give us a hint on what job we're going to see next. And they usually show what the jobs we're going to have when they want to show the expansion and give us the name of the expansion. But I want to speculate here, and I know this makes the video kind of dated by speculating what job they might come out, but I'm thinking Magitech Soldier. Now, a lot of you guys will be like, oh, that's just the Gunblade. Now, I just want to point this out. The Gunblade is the weapon, right? Gunblade is the weapon, not the class, not the job. We gotta put the weapon with the class. And the class, I want to say, is the Magitech Soldier. We've been fighting them throughout the entirety of Final Fantasy XIV, and yet we have not touched on how it works, or what is it that makes them so strong. And since they don't use magic, because Guardians apparently do not have an affinity to magic, unlike us, how does it work? How does the armor work? Where do they get all this power? They're crazy with this power. They use technology. They're years beyond all of us and the rest of Eorzea, and look at them. They're just nuts, man. And if that's us in the future, if we can become Magitech Soldier, we get a little closer to Garleans, and perhaps Garland Mode as a whole. And as to why they want to do a massive take, well, we do know why they want to do that. It's because icons, or basically the Primals. They want to stop the Primals from coming because they're just massively coming out of nowhere, and well, they want to solve this issue by enslaving the rest of the world, because that's how you solve every problem. Enslave the world, and there you go. If you enslave the world, you solve world hunger, you bring world peace, and you stop all the fighting. Actually, technically, that may work. Ah, crap. In any case, that's the thoughts that I have. I wish to know what our new class may be, and the specific areas that we're going to be touching going into Garland Mode. If we're not going into Garland Mode, then this video means nothing, but everybody's already speculated it by now. But we are going to go somewhere north. I swear, that's what's going to happen, and the new job could be anything. It doesn't have to be a Magitech Soldier, but that's my best bet. I've been told that there was also a job that kind of relates to Blue Mage, because that's kind of blue magic. Not really too sure, but I can't really all the way trust the source that I have. All I can really say is that at this point, we're looking at a new section of the world, which is north, and we're probably going to be looking at a singular new job. Well, maybe it's original, maybe it's not, we don't know, but they've wanted an original job to come into the class this whole entire time. Yushid has been talking about it like all the time. He wants to make an original class of his own, to go into the game and make it feel like it's original and not from any other Final Fantasy series. And you know what, I commend him for that. But we don't know what's going to happen, so what is it there to do when coming back into Final Fantasy XIV? Get your 390 armor and weapon, and perhaps get yourself unrusted from using your main class, and maybe you want to get caught up with all the rest of the classes, and perhaps, just perhaps, you might want to start thinking and speculating on what might happen in the near future, because we're expected to get an expansion sometime soon, and maybe, just maybe, the job that you're thinking about might be the next one in the game. Don't know. Hey, it's great to ponder, right? Now, if you want to start a discussion, leave it in the comments. Just no spoilers if you know anything. Just shut up. Just leave the comments, okay? Just leave it, alright? I want to see your comments. I want to see what you guys think about all this. It will be fun, and perhaps when we catch up on stream, there's a lot of things you want to ask me, my speculations, my opinions, and we can have a discussion and know what the fuck is going on, because I certainly don't know what's going on. I like being surprised. Now, the rest of the content on my channel is probably going to be a little different, just an FYI. Because Smash Ultimate is coming out and I'm a huge Smash fan, you're probably going to see a lot of that on this channel. I do apologize. If you think it's a good idea for me to make a separate channel, just let me know also in the comments below as, you know, the first point, because I really do need an opinion on this. I don't know if you guys would tolerate Smash or Nintendo content on my channel. I honestly don't mind either way of keeping it on here or making another channel. Doesn't matter. But I'll leave it up to you guys. See what you say. I love you guys. I'll see you in the streams if you want to stop on by. I do it every now and then, and sometimes I do it very late. Thanks for watching the video. Bye-bye.